I look surprised. I need to shave my shit off. Getting that man fuzz on. But well, there's quite a few things to talk about today. Um, well, I was talking about attention on my Plasmophobia stream. That there's different qualities of attention, as in different types of attention, and how you may not notice it, that you should notice it because it'll make you feel better as a person. Bad or good, honestly, attention's normally good, more or less. Say, like a man, for instance. Do men honestly know why a woman looks at them? I mean, do you really? Most of the times it is the face structure. Face structure does matter quite a bit. And a lot of times it's the body. Some girls get really craved about how good looking a guy looks. But the ones that do that are normally the ones that are not in good shape. They don't do it that much. Oh. So say like for me, I'm not as skinny as most guys, but I got broad shoulders. I look thick. I got a thickness to me. So a woman might look at me a little bit different than they look at a guy that's really skinny. He's got muscle tonnage and that. Which I am dropping weight. Don't make fun of me being fat. I am dropping weight. I'm getting really close to 230 in that. I want to drop down to least to try and drop down at least 220 or 210 by the end of the year. But other than that, I'm not thinking about it. I'm just doing it. Oh man. But we'll go to active attentions towards me, as in like how I developed knowing these things and how you can learn them too by seeing them with your own eyes. It's always best what you see with your own eyes, what you hear with your own ears, than it is for someone else to tell you how to hear them or see them, even though that might help to engage you to notice something. But to be the full experience of knowledge is to go through with it yourself. So when I first start learning about this, I always notice certain girls, variation of women, some of them either say good things about me, as in like the way I smile. It's always women. It's never men. Men never do that. They never like to. They're very conscious about themselves than to do towards someone else. So a girl would say, "You got a cute smile." Some girls would glance at me a lot or get very awkward around me the way they talk. I could throw out scenarios. She was very attractive looking. She had big huge butt and that she was very sexy to me. She was up at the post office. I was up there getting a stamp for something I had to mail. No, thought someone was coming downstairs. And I never said anything. I was sitting in line. I was just standing there, I was standing like this and that. I just looked really tired. I'm like, staying around for like 10, 20 minutes. It feels like it takes forever because it's the post office. Some people have no idea what the fuck they're doing there. They take forever to do there. And this girl walked in, and then I walked in behind her. I'd say like maybe like 20 seconds. She was sitting there too. She had a package and that, and she didn't know how to, write in it or whatever it might be. So there was two guys in front of us. One guy was in there for a while talking that, didn't know what he was doing. Another guy commented on the girl and said something about her being attractive looking at that. I guess he was an older guy. So probably like in his 60s. He had like a little like bandana on his head, and he looked like a hippie. Okay, he was part of the hippie phase, and she, she like laughed and that, and she was, very nice about it. And I just haven't said nothing. These two guys left. I was just sitting there. She was like, there's like a table right in the middle, and then you got all like the concession things for all the post office. The table's in the middle. Concession of the post office people. Hold on. Yeah. I don't know if you can see it, but my dad just came in. He was talking about stuff. And this is one of the things that a lot of people go with or go to actually see. When someone gets frustrated over something, doesn't matter what it is, the frustration kind of lashes out in a ripple towards other things. So, like, if someone gets upset over something like, I stubbed my toe, which happens all the time, or at least happens enough to be noticeable all the time. And, like, you stub your toe, that anger ripples, depending on if you get angry at it or not. Like, spark of anger, fine. You're like, fuck, my toe hurts. But like rippling anger, which is outlasting anger, that you get so frustrated that everything you see that you normally don't have too much of a problem with becomes a target for anger. That happens more than what people think, especially with shitty ass people like jealousy. I love jealousy so much. I love guys, more or less guys that I see get jealous over, say, me, for instance. They'll be very assholes about it. And you can tell. So if you're a person that has a lot of confidence and you love yourself and you like, I know who I am, I know what I'm capable of doing, then more or less you can start seeing other people. They're not gonna they're gonna they're gonna judge you. Just people like judging people. Sometimes it's just little petty things. Sometimes people judge you because they don't want to talk to you. That's why, like with me, the guys that I can talk to are not judgmental. They don't care. They look at me as someone that's enjoyable, someone that's funny. The things that I give them, they judge me based upon what I give them, as in my character. They don't judge me because of the way I look, saying, like, oh, he looks better than me, so I'm going to hate that person because I want to look that good or I want to have something that I have that they don't have. But you can't. There's certain things that I am that you will never be. That's the basics of it. And people try to think, and I used to think that when I was younger. Like, man, I want to be rich. Well, how do you be rich? If you don't sit there and throw yourself out there. Say, like what I'm doing right now. I'm throwing myself out there. I may only have 14 subscribers. So it's better than what I had before. 5 days ago, I only had 9 subscribers. Now I got 14. I'm getting more people. You know, they don't watch my stuff that much, but I've noticed a lot of people, you can get 4 million subscribers and only like 200,000 people watch your stuff. That's just how it is. People subscribe because they like one thing that you watch, or they do what you call a scatter viewing, where they'll just view certain things that you have. So they necessarily are not going to view as soon as you get on and say 4 million viewers instantly on your thing. That's not how it works. Just like my stuff is scatter view. My Just Talks get more views than my video game stuff, depending on what's out there. It's just how it is. But my channel is not based upon that. If you have noticed, my name is Cute Guy Gamer, as in I'm cute, I'm a guy, and I'm a gamer. So it means that I am attractive looking. I say guy as in I am a man, as in I think maturely of myself. And then gamer is just something I do on the side because it gets kind of boring sitting there just talking to myself. Because a lot of times I don't have an audience. Sometimes some people do pop up various things, but I have to be on a lot throughout the day. And I can't pull people in unless I'm constantly on. So for some people that use other people's channels to make their channels better, I call you kind of a cheater. You're not using your actual content to pull people in. You're using someone else's content, which you can if you want to review or talk about, for instance. That's fine. So, like for instance, I talk about date guru people. Why do I talk about date guru people? I call out bullshit lies about how men should act towards women because that's kind of one of my researches. That's one of my specialties. Emotional psychology it has to do with a lot of things, dating, anything that has to do with emotions. So, in between parenting, dating, dogging, whatever the fuck that is, you have emotional attachment to, as in dogging, as in your pet. I don't know what you guys are thinking. You guys are horrible. That's what it is. So if I got a big audience, I don't know if I can handle all that. I'm sure most of them are either going to be, they're going to be gay, bi, or they're going to be, girls. That's all I get normally is women. Every once in a while, my friend will come up and he'll say stuff like, call me gay. That's fine. But it's satire. It's funny. I don't care about it. But most times, I want to pull in people that actually want to be able to, if there's a way for people to educate themselves, just a tiny bit so they can learn on their own eventually. So they can be like, oh, yeah, I noticed that. That makes sense. That makes sense. That's what research is. I research my experiences to make sense for myself and for others. Because an experience is something that you go through. We all go through similar experiences, just the little details might be different, as in this person is different from this person, but it's still an experience. It's like you're having sex with this person had sex with that person. You're still what? You're both having sex. So sexual is an experience. Just like talking or having a relationship. You dating this person, I'm dating this person. It's still dating. It comes together to that word. So how much people think that we're different? We're not. We establish differentness because of luxury, more or less likely. And knowing too, because when people know more than another, and certain things that they do know, as in I might know a little bit more about this than you know about that, but you might know more about this than I know about that. It's kind of a mix up, Oh man. Sorry, why am I sorry for this? I ate a fiber, had a protein bar, had fiber in it. I've been ripping enormous ass. That's one thing. It's horrible. I don't like. Oh no, no. I had fiber pills. That's what it was. Too much fiber in diet's horrible. If you're a girl that eats too much like fiber bars and that, yeah, guys could be like, "Damn, girl, you stink." You're not gonna bend over. You'd be like, "Give it to me, man," and then all of a sudden you're like, he's like. Despite how much that probably does happen, they're not going to say anything. Like, I didn't do that. That was the fan fell. Oh, the excuses. But anyway, today I found out that one of the girls at the gym that I like is now single. And I'm trying to see how this is even going to work because I'm not a big pusher. I hate being into that realm of being too pushy with feelings. Most of the times, I'm pretty mellow. Like I'll ask questions, I'll be nice, I'll be respectful. But I don't like to dive in too much and be like, oh my God, I have feelings for you. I'll say it and I'll feel to a certain extent, but I don't do the full transaction where I give in all the way, which I don't think anyone should. I think a lot of people do it automatically because they want attention. Like, oh my God, it feels so good to be in love. Oh, yeah. And after that love goes away, they like hate themselves. Oh, I didn't do nothing wrong. It's her fault. You'd be surprised how much it might be your fault. I'm not even joking with that. You'd be surprised how much it might be your fault. And it could be her fault as well, you know. There's always the percentages are always going to be more or less even. Now, if you just don't like that person and you're with them because for some reason you found them attractive looking at that time because you're depressed or desperate, you can't be depressed. Can't be desperate, for instance. Being depressed, fine. Everyone's slightly depressed, but being desperatism is horrible. It means you give in to everything pretty much super easily. The brain doesn't want to go through the loops of comprehending. You're just like, yep, I accept it. That's basically how it normally goes down with that. You're the first one that ever stated that. No, they're not real fish. How do you say they're real fish? They're real drawings of a fish. Yeah, that's it's not that late to have people give me really stupid questions. Not the aquatic wall, but the real fish thing. So what do you? Oh no, there's not saying stupid questions. There's always such thing as stupid questions and stupid answers. As in stupid questions, as in you already know what that might be, but you ask the question anyway, even though you probably already know the answer to it. As in, is it real or not? No, that'd be apologizing. I just get a lot of weird people on YouTube when I come in the chats. When I do my chats, there's some people are just straight out weird as fuck. So it's just me being defensive because it is YouTube. I get people asking me really, really like dumb statements or questions. Quite a bit, actually. I mean, I have like gay guys like tried to hit on me and give me numbers and shit. At least one time it happened, and it was very awkward. I'm like, why are you giving me your number? You're weird. I'm not here to. This ain't no fucking date site. Stop that. That's why you got Tinder for. Go on Tinder. You can easily get someone to suck you off or whatever it might be. Oh, I had this one girl asking me about my dick size and that. I'm just like, what the fuck? Telling me to stand up and that. I'm like, why? I'm here to talk, not to here to pleasure your perverted minds if that's what you choose to do. You got porn for that. Come on now. That's why I'm defensive towards certain things. Because I do not know you. So I can't tell who you are by just seeing a question. So what are you people doing? You seem very bored. It took you that long to think of that? Um, where do I think black holes go? If they ever existed. I don't think they don't exist. We assume they do. What is 1 plus 0? Am I getting my vaccine jab? Never. I don't need to be vaccinated. I don't care for that stuff. I never like vaccination, especially if it's something as a common cold, because I already got COVID. It was a sniffles, basically. Because it doesn't do nothing. I had it for like 4 or 5 days. I didn't even have a cough. I felt weak, and that was it. I never had a problem with getting it. Yeah, the biggest thing with any type of disease, yeah, to a certain extent. Some people get the non-taste, and some people just get a little cough. And some people get worse depending on the immune system of others. Some people are weak immune system. They get a common cold, it lasts for 2 months. People that died from it, I would say 90% of people that died from what they say was COVID wasn't actual COVID. A lot of people that died from it were in hospitals, and they've proven the fact that most people in hospitals got COVID in the hospitals for other reasons why they were there. Because hospitals, everyone knows, normally you die in hospitals more often. I mean, the doctors that I know, like the doctors that I go to, say when you get sick, especially with this, they stay at home, treat it like a normal flu or normal cold. That's basically what it is. You don't go to a hospital for something you can take care of yourself. Now, if it is an issue because you're weak and you have a bad immune system, then more or less complications come up. But everyone's different. Not everyone's going to be the same with any illness. Some people are flat out immune to shit. That's how it goes with any sickness. Especially like the flu. I mean, when I was younger than that, yeah. But this vaccine is not, it's a common cold. I'm not taking a vaccine, I'm taking a flu shot. Have you noticed we never had a flu season? You notice on the news, they never say, oh, there's flu season. They said COVID season. Why? Because COVID and the flu are super similar. They tested it out. That's why they had issues identifying it for the first like 4 or 5 months. Because they're almost identical. Except for the no taste and smell, which is the only thing they can really identify it to be separate. So a lot of people could have just got the flu and they didn't even notice it. Shocking, huh? I only have a biology degree. COVID, common cold. That's what COVID means. It's basic knowledge if you just look it up. You look up the words and they tell you. I don't need a degree. It's basic knowledge if you just look it up. There's plenty of doctors that talked about it. Even my own doctors talked about it. Knowledge is everywhere. You just got to be able to see it for yourself and not believe what you just hear on the news. You sure are a bored person, aren't you? Yeah, that's the biggest line with COVID. Because I've been watching news headlines, and news headlines have been going all over the place. They're talking about other countries having more problems now when they had COVID 3 months before we did. All of a sudden, they're having enormous problems still. What? I mean, if you call yourself a loser, that's fine. I pick up people all the time, various times. You can ask me almost anything. I'm very good with relationships. I'm really good with emotions. I study a lot of stuff. You don't need it. I mean, the vaccinations, just like anything else, once something gets eradicated, it's probably not going to come back. If it does come back, it's going to come back in a different form where the vaccine ain't going to do nothing. It might do something, but it might not do as much as the first go around if it comes back. I just read up on things. Online is beautiful. I just look up research and documents and that, and I listen to people talk about it. That's how you gain most knowledge. People think you have to pay for a college degree. Well, yeah, a piece of paper has your name on it, of course, but doesn't mean you can't learn without it. It's a funny thing that people think college education makes you smart. I beg to differ. Because most people that are in college go to college because they feel like they have to. But do you truly learn in college? Do you truly remember all the stuff you learned in high school? Various things. It's all about what excites you. Like, I don't know any algebra at all. I don't memorize any of that shit. If I go and take my algebra, I'd be like dumbfounded because I don't use it. I don't think about it. But math is boring anyway. Not unless you have to use it. But biology, there's certain things about biology that I like. Because biology is pretty good. Especially when it comes down to viruses and that. How people believe that viruses are normally the worst sickness. Not really. Depends on the virus itself. But most viruses come and go. We change with viruses. It actually mutates our DNA to change. Talk about an evolution, that's what it is. It slowly changes us through viruses. Makes us more adaptable. Just like someone that lives in a different part of the world is going to be more adaptable to certain things. That's how it normally goes. Because we're biological, so we adapt to everything. Do you have like a journal with all these questions in there? I do like ham. uh, you got very unique questions. Oh no, it's fine. I'm just saying you got very unique questions. Yeah, but we can be a little bit smarter. We can be a tiny bit smarter. It ain't about me. Piglets. Why would they? I mean, compared to half the leaders in our world, I think a piglet would probably be better off. Because a lot of our leaders are quite deadbeats. Well, dead too. Talk about the ham one. Is that like ham? Or are you talking about the piglet one? You don't have to ask me questions. You can go talk about yourselves. If there's any problems with anything, everyone has problems, whatever it might be. Well, is that an answer to the question already? You're saying no with a question mark. So I have to say yes. Nowhere. Not right now. To a no question, there's nothing smart about a question like that. It's either yes or no. You guys are the first guys I've ever had on here that actually asked me a bunch of questions. Well, being intelligent doesn't mean anything about being unemployed. That don't make sense. Is a researcher unemployed? Most of them are. Most of them get money from other people. That's how you can gain knowledge if you choose to do it that way. Because you don't have time to work for something else when you're focusing on something else. It's kind of why I'm on YouTube. Well, I want to build my channel up. I love talking to people. I love helping people. Depending on the questions, various things. I'm getting into fitness, which is pretty nice. If it does, it does. It's not really completely up to me. The only thing I could do is produce. People have to watch. But people have attention spans very small sometimes, so they may not like what I have to say, but that's okay. I'm not going to change who I am. Neither should anybody else. You be who you are or who you want to be. No one should ever tell you no. Well, whatever floats your boat. Whatever you like. Mocking me ain't gonna do nothing. You guys are amusing, though. I do like that a lot. No, not at all, actually. It's because the name I had before was used too much, so I used a name that wasn't used that much at all. That's basically why. And if you're a guy, obviously, you're not going to understand. What do you mean, what's that upstairs? There's nothing upstairs. Talk about that door right there. That's the garage. Oh. What else to talk about? Because unless you're attracted to me, you wouldn't understand. And most guys are not going to be attracted to another guy. It's kind of the whole point of the name. Unless you are attracted, then by all means, it's whatever you like. Oh man, getting tired. Got any educational questions? Anything worth my while? Handsome man is too big. Cute's more regulated. You keep it short and simple. And cute represents beauty altogether anyway. Beautiful, cute, handsome. It's kind of all similar. It means attractive looking. Ooh. Yeah. To each their own. Like I said before, it doesn't mean anything to me when someone mocks me. Best thing to do is try. That's all that matters. That's all that ever matters. Well, yeah. a straight man can say another straight man's attractive. Saying something doesn't mean that you're sexually bound to that person or that you sexually like that person. But if it is, then you're considered to be gay. That's just common sense with that. You guys are thinking pretty hard. I'm amused by your questions. You guys are a little bit lighter than some people. Some people are pretty bad. You're at least developing sentences and questions. Some people just say ridiculous stuff. You're at least trying to be a little bit more comical. I enjoyed that. Oh man. Getting over all this caffeine. Caffeine withdrawal sucks. It is the worst feeling ever. Maybe not the worst, but it sucks though. Come on. I know you got better questions. You guys are, I know you're brainstorming. Come on. Twix. Is that it? Why? Am I? Nothing, actually. I've been through a lot. Multiverse? To a certain extent. I believe there's multiples of certain things, yeah. Universes. Not really universes. Dimensions, probably. Dimensions make more sense. Universe, not necessarily. Because we don't know. We only see through what NASA tells us. Well, dimension's a different reality of our own reality. That's basically what dimensions is. In universe is, well, a made up fucking term from NASA that likes to just put up visuals to show us that something's out there that they don't know that's out there. Just like if you ever ask a question about how the universe was born, for what they state, from the Big Bang, they still don't know how it was formed. They just throw out notions. Did you ever see the Galaxy supercomputer little thing they did? They saw the galaxy spinning with what they call gravity, and then it always blew apart because gravity couldn't hold it in. What'd they do? They made up a term called dark matter to put more gravity in to make their thing work. So it's a theory, as in they're creating it to make it work, even though it doesn't exist. You can watch it on how the universe is made. They actually did it, and they're like, "Oh, there has to be something else out there." Yeah, because your shit didn't work, so now you gotta add in more crap to make it work so you could be right. That's not how it works. You can't just put more shit in there and make yourself be right. And that's what they do. And they tell everybody about it. I used to watch that shit all the time. Like, oh yeah, they can't figure it out. They make up shit. They literally just make it up. You know how many countless times they say an asteroid comes by and it never comes by? Dark matter doesn't exist. It's made up. I'll debate NASA all I want. Watch all their stuff. It's all CGI. All of it's CGI. Even they even state they can't see that far. It's all CGI. You look at it for yourself. Do you think they can really see all those galaxies? It's all CGI shit. I don't need to be authorized. I'm stating what I think that is true. Oh, yeah. Earth is a plane. Why would the Earth be round? That's what you have to ask. Always ask questions, and you might know that it might be wrong or right. To state something that is round and spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, where's the proof? Where's the proof it's spinning? Do we know? No, we just believe them. Belief, as in, it's not knowing. It's a thought. It's a theory. Everything that they state is a theory or a thought. This is what people stated hundreds of years ago. And they always go by the Greek philosophers that state this stuff. But they never go by the people that did it 1,000 years after that, or before that, or before that. They actually have flat maps drawn out from multiple cultures doing the same drawings to their variations of culture, of course, but they do it by one person that developed it, saying the earth spins. They didn't know. They just thought. They theorized that it did. Have you? Have you noticed the stars that aren't there? If you actually saw the rotating planet, you notice there's no stars on either side of it? We can't get past the firmament. There's no such thing as outer space. That's all bullshit. That's made up. It's not CGI, it's paintings. Day and night? Well, if the earth doesn't spin around a sun, well, how do you get day and night? Means the sun and moon spin around the earth. The sun's small. It's not big. That's why. It might be hard to think about it. I thought about it. I was just like, that don't make sense. Once you start seeing evidence of people doing zoom ins on their cameras and that, and live, you can tell that it's there in our system. Well, it's all about what you believe, I guess. You don't need to know. If you choose not to know, you can say that I'm not smart, but I know. I see it with my own eyes. First thing you look at, you look for the curvature. This is how it starts. The curvature of the earth. There's only so many things that you could see before it curves, for what they say. They say it's like every mile it curves like 2-inch square or something like that. So you keep on multiplying that per mile, and they says the earth drops. Belief is a thought. Belief is an imaginary thought. It's like a story. You ever listen to a story? They always say true story, but the truth of it's like a speck of it, and the rest of it's just theorized. It's just made up to make you interest in the truth. That's because you don't see it. I live on top of a little hill. Okay. I live in St. Louis. For where I live at, I live about 14 and a half miles away from St. Louis City. From where I stand at, from 14 miles away, I could see my arch. I could see the arch. I could see the whole entire city. But if they use the curvature, I should not be able to see 14 miles away. Just with my own eyes. That's not even zooming in. That just disproves that the Earth's not round. You see it with your own eyes. That's just how it works. I don't go by what NASA tells me. I go by what I see with my own eyes. Science is for everybody to research. That's why everyone can do it. That's just how it goes. You ever think why we got books? People researched it to write in the books. You act like this shit came out of air? No. Someone researched it, theorized it, made the theory with actual evidence to prove that it was right, and then it became actual knowledge. Now, you can fake knowledge, of course, obviously. At least nowadays you can, but back then you couldn't really fake it that much. I didn't do any writings or anything. I see with my own eyes. I watched other people do experiments and that, and then I did my own experiments. Your eyes don't really lie that much unless you just can't see it all together, because our eyes can only see so far. Why is the moon around? The moon, we don't know if the moon's round or not, because the moon landing was 100% fake. Then you can go by the luminous of the moon. You ever see a full moon, how bright it is? Do you think you can land on something that bright? No. That's one thing. So I know nothing. No, I know a lot. Well, see, Jack, it doesn't matter what you say to me. I'm telling you what I see with my own eyes. That's not belief. That's actually knowing. Belief is something that you choose not to know because it's a thought. That's what a belief is. Yeah, the moon and the sun are both luminous. They actually did tests to where the moonlight is actually colder than the shade. They actually took a thermometer with a laser. They pointed to underneath something that had shade from moonlight. And from the moonlight to the shade, the moonlight was actually colder than the shade. So moonlight is actually a cold light, so to speak. because the way what kind of light it brings out. That's just how Earth is. Earth was created to be smart. Whoever created us or created our planes or whatever that you guys want to call it, he wasn't stupid. He created it the way that it works. Eclipse? Well, if the sun and the moon's the same size, that's just the moon passing over the sun. You're getting very upset, Jake. Well, I mean, just use the laws of the globe and do your own test. That's all you have to do. You do as you please. If you don't want to know, that's up to you. I'm not going to make you, I guess, believe in what I say. I don't care what you believe in. I don't care if you believe in what I have to say. If you choose not to, then that's up to you. Ain't no skin off my back. Well, here's the secret. And this has been actual proof from documentaries. You can look it up yourself. The Freemasons, the ones that came over after England and the Americans had the Revolutionary War, the Freemasons is an actual cult for Satanism. You can look this up. You can just type it in and look it up. It's an actual cult. I like how you're trying to discourage me. It sounds like you're just more upset because I might know something that you don't know. That's fine. I've been the same way. It's always hard to realize something when it's right in front of your eyes, if it's true or not. You just got to open your mind. People are more closed in what they think because I watch TV all the time. I don't watch barely TV. I watch YouTube. I don't watch anything else. I watch creators, normal actual creators. I give them money. I don't watch Hollywood movies or anything like that anymore. It's not polluting the minds. You don't have to listen. You don't have to be on the chat. It's your choice to want to learn or not. That's all it is. Knowledge is meant for everybody. You can learn anything you want to learn. It's up to you to decide what you want to learn. That's all it is. So you judging me in that matter, whatever. I can't feel upset. I can't feel sad for you. I don't care. Yeah, it's progress. You never know until you start. Progress starts with one footstep, man. Well, I say that they're a cult. They don't want us to believe that we have a creator that made our earth perfect. They made it with intelligent design. They want us to think that we can get destroyed by asteroids, that we get destroyed by solar flares. Prove it. They accusate. I mean, when you watch stuff and that they said, oh, These solar flares are going to hit and blah, 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 and that our satellites are up there. Dude, they found out satellites are all in balloons. They stated in a lot of their conversations that they never passed lower Earth orbit. They never did. There's been actual videos about it. Oh, the Earth is quite perfect. It recycles itself. Now, the people of the planet, obviously, you know, that's just debatable because not everyone's going to be the same. We're always going to have struggles. Always going to have haters. But then again, it's just how it is. You guys should be happy what you live on. Now, the people that control us, obviously, it's different. Well, humans have a decision to be evil or good. That's our decision. It's not made for us. It's made for us to decide what we want to do. That's all it is. That's why you always get people that will disagree with you or get upset with you because their eyes aren't open and they don't want to realize what is true because they don't want to do their own research. It's like saying a doctor knows how your body works, even though they're not you. A doctor only knows what you tell them. A lot of people don't tell the doctor everything. Only you know how you work. That's how it is with science or research. Only what you see with your own eyes is what you know. Why they fabricate it, not tell the truth, because they don't want us to know. Go look at all the movies they made in the last 20 years. Avatar, for instance. You don't know how you work. You should. You know your levitations. You know when you're sick. You know when you're emotionally in pain, you feel it. You know when you're in pain. Are they saying that, you know, I got pain in my back when you don't? You tell your doctor that because you want to get a bunch of pills because you're that kind of person that likes to be pain pilled up. People do that. They'll flat out lie and say stuff to get certain things. I have a neighbor down the street that's like that. She's got like a whole file cabinet full of painkillers and shit. She's got uppers and downers and that. She lives off that. She makes up excuses. And her doctor's like, okay, well, if you have problems, then here you go. It's kind of pathetic, honestly. We were made to have beautiful, big brains because we do. But how we use our big brains sways. What cut carrot? It took me a little while to be like this. I went through a lot of shit just like anybody else, but I conquered my fears with certain things. Everyone's been depressed and have mass anxiety. Some more than others. But I overcame my issues. I became myself. I love myself. I care for myself enough to understand myself. It's beautiful. How old am I? 31. I'm an old man. Oh man. what you call a late starter. Very late starter. But I say I'm doing pretty well for myself. At least when it comes down to who I am. That's all that matters. If I love myself, I'm okay with it. Yeah, you are right. 31. 31 backwards is 13. You're funny, man. You must be really bored. It takes a lot to get slightly enlightened. To love yourself, it takes a lot. I don't care what people think about me. That's why I take your stuff as a joke. I think it's hilarious that you say such things. Not all of them are bad. I mean, saying that I'm dumb, obviously, that's just an opinion because I know I'm not dumb. I'm actually extremely intelligent. But that's what you want to assume of me. That's what you think. Because it's all about what you think. Aw. At least you're trying to do something, Milk. Your questions have been quite nice. You're at least trying to ask questions about certain things I'm talking about. But not everyone's going to ask the questions, they're going to fight it out. That's what it is. Everyone saw the Matrix. You know why the Matrix was created, right? Our reality is a blue pill. A lot of people just haven't took the red pill yet. Pretty much the blue pill is what they condemn you with the stuff you see on TV. Not what you actually see with your own eyes outside. The red pill is to open your mind up to realize what you actually see. It doesn't matter. Nonsense. Well, to me, it makes sense. Knowledge is power. If you don't actually know it, then it's not power. Then you're just blindsided by the stories that they tell you. Anyone can make up something, obviously. You seem to be very upset with yourself to judge me just because I'm telling you what I see, telling you what I know. You said yogurt, yogurt. I don't know what a yogurt is, but yeah. Well, for someone that says that, obviously you're about as not intelligent as you think that you are, which means you're not intelligent at all. To assume someone's not intelligent, it makes you just as dumb as the person that you think that's not intelligent. Because an intelligent person wouldn't say that. They would actually try to agree with them in some way or discuss why they don't agree with them. Intelligent people collide together, they don't separate. Well, there you go. To claim you know nothing and that I know something and say I know nothing for that you know nothing. What? Do you really know? Do you want to pull up those pictures of NASA? You want to go on Google Earth and watch that and watch the globe flow around? You can do whatever you want to do. You do as you please. My brain's perfectly fine. You're just really bored. You're talking up a storm. I'm happy you guys like the chit chat. I don't care if you say anything bad about me or not. I don't know you. You don't know me. So all this is just speculation, honestly. But we can be positive. We can talk about other things. We can talk about anime, talk about anything else. There's always something we can agree on. No. Like, what's your guys' favorite anime? I'm sure there's all kinds of good stuff you guys watch. Let's turn this around. Let's be a little bit more balanced. Let's get more productive. I'm getting tired. It's always about being more positive. I hate negativity. Full Metal Alchemist. Brotherhood. I remember when it came out. Full Metal Alchemist came out. It was awesome as hell. Very unique. Very unique. The Cramp Twins. I don't think I saw that. That sounds like a pervy. That sounds like a pervy. Yeah, but Full Metal Alchemist was awesome. I don't think I watched all Brotherhood though. There's too many animes out there now. Certain things you just can't start off, like Bleach. If you start off from the beginning, it'll take you like 3 or 4 years to watch it. It's just too long. One Piece, same thing. Fairy Tail, same thing. Is that even a real one? I never heard of that one. I'm sure you guys all saw High School DxD. You have to watch that. High School of the Undead, that too. I heard that they're coming out with another season of High School DxD, or they're trying to come out with a 5th season. I do like the anime drawing of the 4th season better than the 1st and 3rd, or 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of High School DxD. High School Musical. I used to watch it when I was young. I used to like watching Seven Brides of Seven Brothers, or whatever it is. It's an older musical. It's pretty cool. Now I don't watch much of that stuff anymore, honestly. I just watch certain YouTubers. I have an anime pill. Which one is that? You're the ones with the big boobs sticking out? Which anime girl is it? We all got one. I got a lot. Sometimes you just want to be in a fictional world. I don't blame you. It's cheaper. It's way cheaper. I remember when I was younger and I used to love anime was like my thing. It's like watching Inuyasha, Dragon Ball Z, Fist of the North Star. If you haven't seen that, I think it's in 83, 85. Fist of the North Star is amazing. They redone it, I think, in like 2000 something. You got to watch that. Another one you should watch if you haven't watched is Toriko. Toriko is amazing. It's based like Dragon Ball Z, but with food. Basically, what it is, these guys get these certain cells and placed into them where they have to eat enormous amount of food to gain power. And the more certain delicious foods that they eat from different various places gets them stronger. It's pretty cool. I really like that a lot. A lot of fighting, a lot of like food eating. So if you like that, if you like to eat, you should watch it. It's pretty cool. That and Food Wars. Food Wars is amazing too. It's got a little bit of pervy to it, but all the animes have pervy to it. It's a little bit of a touch. People from Japan evidently are very perverted. Very perverted. Oh man. Oh, what else do I watch? I don't know who that is. I'm gonna look that up. Very curious because there's a lot of animes I haven't seen because of. Does it? Really? You ain't fucking with me, are you? That's unique. Ah. You're funny. Hey, whatever you like, man. I think I might have typed it in wrong. It's 2 T's, right? Or 1 T? There you go. How'd you even look that up? Are you just you got like a notepad of stuff you have to look up? Okay, I see where you got that at. Why would you even look that up? Why would you even know that? You just bored, just typing in random things. Let's see if that is an anime girl's name. Let's see that. I'm very curious now. Let's do this. Let's see if this is. No, there's not. Now there is. There's a couple people. There's like one picture of someone with the same name. You guys are funny. But at least we're having fun now. If it is. uh, how old are you two, by the way? 28. You sure you're not 82? Well, head would be round. A cone, that would be like a spherical shape. Could be a cone. You've ever seen cone heads? Which you're old enough to know that at least. I mean, guys are very creative. uh, I remember when I was 28, I didn't believe shit. Believe in a lot of things. I have no idea. Either you're from the United States or you're from England. Because a lot of people I do talk to are from, like, a couple people are from Japan. Some of them are from European states or countries. Depends how late I'm on. If I'm on like 2 o'clock in the morning, I know I might grab a lot of Koreans and Asians. England. Oh, England, United States. They're all a bunch of smart asses. We're not so different, honestly. I mean, half of us came from England. England and Germany. That's disturbing. You guys still locked down? Because I watched Eurogamer and they were talking about it a couple months ago that you guys were having issues with lockdowns and shit. You guys are still locked down. Oh, man. Oh, okay. That's good. I don't know why you guys are still locked down at all. I mean, you guys had it for like a month and a half before we even got it. And you guys have a smaller country than us. That shit probably spread super quick. Yeah. That sucks. Yeah, we got our where I live at, we have no mask mandates. Everything's back to normal. Everything's open up to full capacity. We don't have to wear shit, but people still wear them. People still judge a little bit. Masks help, but they don't completely 100% prevent because viruses don't give a shit what you wear. If they can get through, it'll get through. But most of the times, the spread is never as big outside than it is on the inside. Inside spreading is worse. Close-in space spreading is even worse because how I got it, my dad got it from his job because some asshole came in and established that he didn't have it. And he was in like a little compartment or whatever and had AC blowing it around in circles. and he kept coughing and sneezing, and almost everybody in the place got sick. So he came home with it. He was coughing all over the place, and gave it to my mom and me. And then all of a sudden, I had COVID. No, I do not wear mask at all. We do not have to. We should not be able to have to wear them. I think masks are rather stupid. If you want to wear them, wear them. I don't think it should be a mandate. I don't think it should be forced upon people. But then again, it's all about opinions. Just like when you sneeze in your shirt, some people don't do it. They sneeze all over the place. That's how you prevent most illnesses. When you sneeze and cough, you cough in your shirt. It prevents it to a certain extent. But again, not everyone does that. That's how you spread most sicknesses. They're being, I guess, stupid. I don't know. Bad habits, I guess. One of the two. I see this affects people, especially if you live in England. It sucks that you still have to go through. It's pretty much like torture to a certain extent. At first, it felt like vacation. Oh, I'm just sitting at home, watching TV and that. And that vacation turns into boredom. And that boredom turns into torture. And all of a sudden, you're sitting there like banging your head against the wall. Like, when is this going to end? Where do you come up with this stuff? You guys are like brainstorming together. I'm trying to be a little serious here. This affected all of us. This shit should matter. Should matter a lot. This hole that they put on us screwed us up. Okay, milk carton, you have a good one. Finally got all tuckered out. Well, you guys are midnight, pretty much. Close to midnight. No, you guys are about 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't mind chat with you guys. If I get on again, you guys are bored. Well, let's keep it to where we can have good conversations about certain things. I like have the more smoother conversations about stuff. Now, if you want to throw out jokes in that, that's up to you. Well, maybe we'll become social buddies. We could talk about stuff. Maybe I'll really get to know you guys. Sometimes it takes time to get to know people. That's how it works. We can learn together. There's always something that I don't know that you will probably end up knowing. That's how it goes, knowledge. That's why we listen. That's why we have ears. We listen to understand others, to adapt. In other universities. I'm not saying friends. I'm saying social buddies. Friends is we hang out. Social buddies just we talk. We chit chat about things. Yeah, we could disagree with things. You disagree with what I say. to a certain extent, But there's always something we can talk about. So I say, there's lots of things. Not when you put your opinions to the side, you put your beliefs to the side, and you just look at the person for who they are. Most times you might like a lot. Like, I'm not judging you for selling stuff. I mean, I can go back and sell the stuff that you talked about in that. You were judging me a lot. And that's fine. Saying I'm not smart in that? Well, technically, no one's smart. We get slightly educated depending on what we're not smart at. So I can't say I'm fully smart because I don't know everything. Well, I'm not going to judge you. I don't need to. I don't care. I love myself, so whatever people say, it's just a joke on them, honestly. Sounds like you might have slight issues with some things, maybe yourself or your parents or your ex-girlfriend, maybe. Something to do with that. You're emotionally disturbed, maybe. I don't know. Now, when people make fun of others, they normally have some type of thing going on. Oh, we got another one. That's a unique statement. I don't know if that's the same person that was just on. That is pretty unique. I don't know how you come up with that. That must have been a dream that you just had. From the air to the sea, good things are coming. I think we all learn together. Jake, as I said, it's always good to talk and compromise than it is to argue and hate. We all have issues. Sometimes you need someone to listen to your issues to be able to understand them a little bit better. I've been down that road. It sucks. I tell you that. It sucks a lot. But like I said, I'm not here to judge anything. I'll listen, even though how ignorant you might get. That's just how it is. You'll eventually stop being ignorant. You'll stop judging people and hating people for what they are, who they are. And you start to learn a little bit, whatever it might be. We're all both the same species. We're all human. We should all get together and join together and not be hating each other. Nah, you'll be all right, Jake. Just saying that is just mocking me. But it is up to you, whatever you want to do. I've been down that road too. 3 times almost. 3 times. Try to commit suicide. I got past it. I became a better person. I grew from it. Used to fucking hate myself. Massively judgmental. But I got positive. Started loving myself and I became a more honest person. At least as honest as I can get. So not everything is going to be 100% true. Yeah. Still mocking me. You ain't never going to learn, are you? Hey now, where are you getting all those acronyms from? Well, I can't say they're acronyms, more like poetry. Woo. I don't know if she's mocking both of us or he sounds pretty good to me. I agree with you. Gotta stay positive, brother. Gotta stay positive. Hatred is the root to every evil. You don't need to hate. That's why we're called mankind, as in we're supposed to be kind. We look for the positive. We always look for the kindness of ourselves and others. We drive for that. That's why we have friends. We like them, don't we? We're kind to them. No, that's perfectly fine. You must have read all the stuff before you right when you got on. You probably read half the messages. Like something evil smells here. I like that. If that's what you did. Okay, have fun. We can talk more. There's always something to say. Let's talk about yourself a little bit more. So I can't get to know you unless you talk about yourself. Oh man. Oh no, you're fine. These are random people anyway. Everyone's random. These aren't subscribers. Oh no. Milk Cart was pretty good. Milk Cart was actually asking some pretty good questions, actually. Jacob was getting a little upset, but hey. I don't blame him. It's whatever he chooses to do. Life is about choices. It's all about what we choose. It's hard to be enlightened. It's hard to be positive. It's hard to love yourself. But once you do, you become more powerful than anyone else around you. Because only you make the choices in your life, no one else. People like to follow people. People like to make choices for them. How do they know you? How do they know what you like? How do they know where you want to go in your life? They don't. It's your choice. Your choice only. If we were meant to be 100% ruled, I wouldn't be talking right now. I'd be sitting there doing whatever I need to do. Yeah, this is a workout shirt. Well, this ain't a real cardinal. This is the fake cardinal. The representation of it would be the face, I guess. But yeah. Yeah, I got cardinal birds around my house. Got quite a bit of them this year. They must be swaying in from different parts of the where I live at, different parts of the state. You're you're a very unique person. I never had many people talk like that to me. As in positively. Normally they ask me about fitness and that. And these guys were just being, well, I guess they're being assholes. Can't really say they're being complete assholes. They were just bored, I guess. But I've been doing these streams and that because I'm trying to pull people in to get my channel bigger. So I love talking to people. Everyone's got something to talk about. I mostly pull people in through these types of things. But to each their own. Like the roam free. I don't blame you. Anything you want to chit chat about? Oh man. Holy shit. Finally getting sleepy. I took a lot of caffeine with my pre-workout this morning while I was lifting. It stayed with me almost all day long. It's annoying. Oh, oh man. Where'd you get all these philosophies from or whatever? Oh. Oh man. Got a little bit of chills, I guess. I guess Jake's talking about me or something. However bad and good it might be. You ever get a vibe feeling before? Like you know something's happening with someone else. They have like some sort of connection. Go cook some potatoes. Okay, man. It's really nice to have your positivity. You're the first one in a while. That's amazing. You too. Oh man. Ah, I'm gonna be right back. I gotta go pee. another gulp now. Quite pathetic. Oh man. Whew. Whew. Huh. That was very unique conversations. I dig that. A little bit of judgmentalness, but conversation's a conversation. Well, hopefully that guy learned a little bit. Maybe. Maybe. uh, oh man. I think I'm gonna get off too. Good conversations. Seems like milk carton seems to be a little bit more different conversations. Cool. I like that. Oh. Oh. I might not get no one to subscribe to me, but I have to say, even this little bit of progress helps. Cool.